Hey, so today we're going to talk a little bit about articulation and phonological disorders and how those impact a student's ability to communicate with their peers as they get older and how important that is. Also, how it impacts their ability to function well in a classroom or what their teachers think of them. So let's just start by talking about articulation for a minute. Articulation is the disorder where they are the ability, like you need to be able to correctly pronounce sounds. This can include the movements of your lips, your tongue, and your throat. It also could be, a lisp or leaving out sounds or when you're saying words. It can be caused by a structural problem or even some neurological or developmental delay. We can talk about hearing loss when we're starting to see this, when they're having a hard time pronunciating words. We can also talk about stuttering with that too, because that can be caused by, your physical makeup, the way your mouth works, the way your tongue works. Okay, and so then another disorder is phonological disorders, and that's really where we're saying incorrect speech patterns or mixing up letters and words, or we're missing syllables, or putting the wrong sounds with the wrong words, and those can really be addressed, with repetition and, just letting the kids hear the right sounds. I've worked with kids from preschool age to 8th grade, and most of the time my preschoolers are the ones with the phonological disorder, and it usually resolves itself as they get older and become school-aged. Now my middle elementary, 4th, 5th grade, and then into middle school, I've had a lot of kids with articulation problems, and those did start early, so it's something that they've been dealing with. I've had several kids who've stuttered, and as they get older and it becomes more of a challenge for them to communicate with their peers, we start seeing even more frustration. I feel like as I've worked with behavior kids and kids with emotional disabilities that also have speech articulation challenges, they get very frustrated quickly when you can't understand them, and they will resort to, more physical ways to show them, much like a toddler before they can talk or communicate with you, their responses to throw a tantrum. And that continues when we have kids that have multiple needs that are really behavioral in nature or emotional, or have a lot of problems with self-regulation. When they can't communicate with you, they're going to get frustrated. And so that's why it's so important for us to understand these disorders and how they can impact our kids, not only their academic classroom behavior and the way they communicate with teachers, but also the way they're communicating with their peers, because it becomes a lot harder for them. And a lot of times the peers will start to bully them or to make fun of them or just not want to be their friend. I've had one kid recently who has a hard time expressing himself, and then when he does, it comes out as whining. And it's just part of his expressive language. So we've been working on that a lot, and it just impacts so much of his emotional, his self-esteem, all those things. Anyway, so I hope that this has helped you understand articulation and phonological disorders, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.